Hey everyone, it's Harry from Set Up a Daddy BBQ, the YouTube channel that teaches you how to master barbecue so you can spread barbecue love. I did an episode with a piece of filet mignon earlier and I saved some of the cubes because I'm going to show you guys the recipe that won me $5,000. I won first place USA in the KCBS Ranchers Reserve Sirloin Cup. I did a entry which I call beef martini, shaken not stirred, which had a little bit of vodka in it. And that was good enough to win first place USA. I have some filet mignon here, so I'm not using the sirloin, so that's the only difference. The sirloin, I had to use some tricks to get it to be tender, and you've seen some of my tenderizing videos where I show you how you can use actinidin, bromidin, and so on to tenderize the meat. But I'm using filet mignon today, so in this episode, we're going to show you how I'm going to recreate my first place USA award-winning beef martini, shaken not stirred. This beef martini, shaken not stirred dish draws its inspiration from Asia, specifically Vietnam. In Asia, many different traditions involve cooking beef with a kind of a oyster sauce or soy sauce twist. In this case, I'm going to go to Vietnam to pick on a dish they call bo lục lạ, or literal translation is called shaken beef, which is beef that's tossed in a wok. But what I did was I did a riff on it. I did the beef on skewers and cooked it in a grill and kind of charred it like a kebab. The trick of making this dish is getting really good beef and making sure that you can make the actual marinade. There are literally many different ways to make the marinade for the shaken beef, but I'm going to show you the one that I use to win the first place USA award. It's got quite a few ingredients, so let me run through them before I mix them. We have soy sauce, some good fish sauce. This fish sauce is from the island of Phu Quoc, and this is the good fish sauce that you should buy. Vietnamese people who are my friends, this is kind of the brand of fish sauce that they use. So don't substitute this. If you can find this, you can probably order this on Amazon. It does make a difference. It's kind of like good balsamic vinegar. If you taste the right kind of vinegar, it really is very special. So this fish sauce is really good. We add a little bit of oyster sauce. You guys know oyster sauce actually was invented by a guy from the Guangdong province in 1800s in China. He was selling oysters and he overcooked his oysters and it became a syrupy paste, and he tasted it and he found out it was really, really good. The brand is called Lee Kam Ki, and this is the oyster sauce that I use. This brand is also pretty good. We also need a little bit of kind of Asian style molasses, which is this thing called a sweet soy sauce. It's got a very nice sweet soy flavor, not very strong. And it's the closest thing I can think of is kind of like molasses in southern cooking. We have a little bit of hoisin. Hoisin is made up of toasted, fermented soybeans, and this sauce has been around for a while. It gives a nice flavor. It tastes a little bit like kind of plum-based sauce, and it's going to give a lot of flavor. A little bit of sesame oil, roasted sesame oil, very nutty flavor. A little bit of fresh chopped garlic. Always use fresh garlic. Never use the one you buy in a jar because they don't taste as good as fresh garlic. I have a little bit of sugar here, and I'll go through the proportions in a little bit, and a little bit of Shaoxing Wai to kind of dilute it. In the first place USA entry, I actually used some vodka because I called it a James Bond style vodka martini, kind of shaken not stirred. So in this case, I'm just using some Shaoxing wine. Here's the beef cubes. I've got some vegetables. We're gonna grill, and then we're gonna plate it in the winning plating that I use. I plated it in a martini glass. So it's a beef martini, shaken not stirred, served in the martini glass. So we'll talk you guys through how to make the sauce first, the marinade. So I have about two tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of the sweet soy, 2 tablespoons of hoisin. So you notice I'm using the equal ratio because the way I cook is I cook like MMA fighter. Whatever it takes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, Karate, you're gonna have to get the right flavors. And what I do is I like to mix the flavors with the base, and then I adjust it from there. So everything I do involves tasting. About 1 teaspoon of the sesame oil. About, I don't know, maybe 3 cloves of garlic in here. About, maybe about 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon first. Do a taste test. And then adjust the seasonings along the way. This is how it looks like. And just a dash of Shaoxing wine. If you don't have Shaoxing wine, just use some cooking sherry, it's fine. Probably about 2 tablespoons of that. Get a little nice marinade going. And it's very important to taste the marinade before you use it. My cooking style is always about experimentation, tasting. I never follow direct recipes because recipes are just a guide. They just get you started. Because as you try different ingredients, the level of saltiness, the flavors are different. So whenever you cook, you always have to taste the product that you use to marinate and cook with. So I'm going to taste it first. That's really good. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Needs a little bit more sweetness. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. So this is about maybe just over 2 tablespoons of sugar. Needs a little bit more of the sesame oil. So 1 teaspoon wasn't enough. I'm going to increase it to 2 teaspoons. It has a beautiful nutty flavor. So what you're seeing now is more important than the actual recipe itself, because I'm teaching you how to create flavors, because cooking is all about putting together all the alchemy of flavors, and you want to make sure that you get all of the senses, stimulate all the senses, the sweet, salty, bitter, sour, umami flavors involved in your cooking. I'm going to do another taste test. A clean spoon this time. Okay, that's about perfect. It has the right amount of saltiness. So if you are going to be soaking your filet mignon cubes overnight, don't make it so salty. If you're going to marinate for an hour or so, which is what I'm going to do, then you can make it about this level of saltiness. This level of saltiness, if you want a calibration on it, if you ever tasted seawater, ocean water, this should be about twice the salinity of ocean water. Ocean water is about 3.1 to 3.5% depending on the ocean you're in. This probably will be about a 6%. So 6% marinade on this one here. It's where you're going to pour it on. I always tell people, cook without any formulas. Cook from your heart. Cook what you like and like what you cook. Same goes for smokers. I get a lot of questions from you guys. Harry, what's the best smoker to buy? As I always told you guys, it's never about the pit. It's always about a pitmaster. It's like asking a photographer, wow, you take great pictures. What kind of camera do you have? Or asking Tiger Woods, wow, you play good golf. What kind of golf clubs do you use? I want to buy the same golf club because I want to play like you. In barbecue, I've taught you guys many times my 3-to-1 rule. For every 1 hour you spend surfing the internet, you got to go out and cook for 3 hours, because that's the only way to know. Don't believe anybody you hear on the internet or in books. Go out and know yourself. Don't believe, know. The only way to know is when you cook. I always tell you guys, always don't listen to me. Go out and cook, experiment, use the techniques I taught you. Do your own flavor profiles and have fun cooking and enjoy what you cook and cook what you enjoy. That's all what it's all about. is a completed beef martini, shaken not stirred, and I kind of decorated it so you can see how a contest entry will look like. This was some very similar type of arrangement was good for first place USA, and I'll show you guys how we make it. It's not that hard. When you have time at home, you want to make something that will blow away your family and friends and father-in-law, mother-in-laws. This is something you can do as an appetizer. I cooked it on the grill. You can also do this on the wok, and you can stir fry it on the saucepan, and it kind of looks like this. When you cook it on a pan, it's kind of like a stir fry. It's shaken beef, and you shake it in a wok that's super hot. Now for the important part is the tasting. So here's the final plated dish. I'm gonna give it a shot here and taste the piece here. Gonna break up the beautiful setup here, but you can see from the char, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, glistening with that flavor and moisture from the grill and the Jealous Devil charcoal char on it. Let me give it a shot here. I need some rice to go with this. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon, a little bit of lime on it. There's a little bit of acid. And try that piece. It's super tender. It's got the flavor of the soy, the flavor of the hoisin, oyster sauce, and it's just super tender. A little bit, just a drop of acid on it. All right, we have another second bite here. Look how beautiful that thing looks here. Absolutely super moist and delicious. Wow, just super, absolutely exploding in flavor. The tenderness of the beef tenderloin together with all of the spices and all the marinades. Just a fantastic dish. And then what is nice about when you cook this on the grill, you get a nice char on it, which it's gonna be hard to get on a wok unless you have a super duper hot wok, or you cook it on a cast iron pan. I'm gonna try a piece of the vegetable now. See, a bit of the grilled bell pepper marinated in that marinade. Super crunchy, full of flavor. A little bit of the onion. Wow, just really great flavors. And this sauce that we made, the marinade, you can actually cook the sauce down, store it in the refrigerator, and use it kind of as a stir fry sauce. And you can also use this to cook noodles, fried rice with it. So sometimes what I do is I have leftover sauce. I keep it in the fridge in a jar. It's probably good for 3 or 4 days. Anytime you make this, extra sauce is always good. It goes really well on rice, and especially steamed jasmine rice. So enough about me eating. Now, Mr. Beans, are you ready for your taste test? We'll let Mr. Beans try to see if he likes my beef martini, shaken not stirred. Okay, Beans, we are here now, and you are my barbecue judge dog. And I have some beef martini, shaken not stirred for you. And I'm gonna put it down. Don't eat yet. Wait. Okay, I gave you a few things, right, Beans? I gave you a piece of meat here, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of onion, and a little bit of bell pepper. So which one do you think you eat? Go. Okay. Oh, he ate the vegetables first. And he's eating the beef tenderloin. He saved the bell pepper for last. And wow, this dog eats vegetables. Beans, attaboy. You ate the vegetables, the onion, bell pepper. Good job, Beans. Good job. Okay. All right. This concludes another episode from Slap Your Daddy Barbecue. I just showed you guys my first place USA KCBS Rancher Reserve Beef Cup winning entry across the nation. Beat several thousand teams in first place, got a $5,000 check. So now you know how to make the shaken beef dish for your friends and family. So until the next video, we will see ya.